in the last year, Trump has really been hammering home that he's going to work hard to undermine this election and our faith in it, and stacking the courts, doing all sorts of nonsense. You know what? Here he is telling you himself.
This scam that the Democrats are pulling, it's a scam. The scam will be before the United States Supreme Court. And I think having a 4-4 situation is not a good situation. We're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transfer of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. Right? The governor counts the ballots, and we're watching you, Governor, very closely in Philadelphia. We're watching you. A lot of bad things. It would be very, very proper and very nice if a winner were declared on November 3rd instead of counting ballots for 2 weeks, which is totally inappropriate. And I don't believe that that's by our laws. I don't believe that.
Now, Ben, I know a lot was said during that and you were shaking your head. What really resonated with you most from that footage of Trump's many attempts to undermine our election?
The fact that our democracy is so fragile that we really don't have any mechanism to really get rid of him if he chooses to not agree to a peaceful transfer of power. The concession speech is the usual mechanism, but that's almost like a gentleman's agreement. That's nothing that's enshrined in the Constitution. And so as long as our democracy does not take into account that we're not always going to have someone who is rational and reasonable or civil to agree to a peaceful transfer of power, if we don't compensate for that, then we're going to face this in the future, if not tonight.
Yep, sounds absolutely right. Nando, did you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think that's absolutely right. I think Trump, the last 4 years of Trump have shown that he figured out the cheat code that you can essentially do whatever you want if you're president, and you have to like dare them to stop you. And if they don't try to stop you, then there's nothing they can do. And so much of our system is built around these kind of established norms. Like you said, a gentleman's agreement, that comes from this Constitution being so old that it designed to be implemented by people who kind of all knew each other and had social ties to each other, not this big sprawling, multi-racial, giant 100 million, 300 million plus person democracy with everyone participating. And so, yeah, I think that it's just been remarkable how front and center that's been, just how weak our system is, just how dependent it is on good behavior just because, not because someone forces you to. So yeah,
It makes me laugh because you're absolutely right. How this almost this unspoken element of decorum is underlying the vast majority of our democracy, and the fact that Trump has no sense of etiquette. He has no low. He will go and do whatever he can get away with.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.